Running up. Yeah, and it go. And it go.
What it do, slaps, your girls back in again with another video, and today's video is going to be my ghost encounters. Everybody has been requesting for me to do this video, so here I am filming the video. Alright, so if you are new to my channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Give this video a big thumbs up already, and let's get into this video. Alright, so first things first, this is going to be a long little story, but I'm going to try to sum it up pretty quick of how it happened. Alright, so in 2017, I was living in my own house in a city. I'm not going to say whatever, because I'm no longer living there now. But I lived in a house for about a year and a half, and I was there, living there. So me, within being the first year there, so there was people that had moved, that were there in that house before I was, and these people were really like poor people, not like poor, but like, I mean, they could afford a house, but barely. There was a lot of people in that house, and they were just like, you know, struggling to come up with rent and whatever, and like, you know, they finally had to move out, whatever. So when I had first moved in, I had moved in with my uncle and we'll say a friend, my roommate. So we had moved in, and literally, like, me first being in the house, like, we were walking around, like, you know, like, this house is like old. Like, take in mind, this house is fucking old. Like, this house looked like a trap house. Like, it was not the best house or whatever inside, whatever. But honestly, I didn't give a fuck at that point, because at that point in my life, I was like, nah, I need to get the fuck out of my parents' house. I just want to, like, you know, be on my own, see how it is, whatever, experience life just in general. So I ended up moving there, and we're like checking out the house, and like there are like these little fucking, like, we walked, like, there's a laundry room, whatever. We walked to like the laundry room, and there's like, I kid you not, like this little paper that was like this long, and it was like, it was in Spanish, so I didn't really know what it said, but it was just like basically calling dark energy and like so-called demons or angels, dark angels, to come to the house. And like, it was just some weird shit, and I was like, oh fuck no, we're taking that shit down. Like, I was like, oh hell no, you know what I mean? Like, me, I'm like, fuck that, I don't fuck around with that shit. So like, we take it down, right? We take it down, and then about like a month into living in the house, like, so the house is like the living room, there's a living room, and the floor plan of the house is so fucking old and scary. Like, literally, we had the living room and then the kitchen, and then like the hallway was like an L. So it went down like this and like that, okay? So like, if you were walking down this way to go that way, like towards that way, you couldn't even see, because the wall was just like, you know what I mean? Like, and it was just scary. Like, the hallway was fucking scary. And like, I remember like literally hearing like footsteps in the hallway, like someone just walking. And I was like, I would look and open my door, and I'd check to see if it was my roommate, and it wasn't nobody. Like, nobody was there. And I was like, what the fuck? Maybe I'm tripping, maybe I'm hearing noises, like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, nah, this is weird. But then, like, you know, I started having my sisters come over, and like, I remember I was doing my sister's makeup at one time, and I was just like getting ready, and she's like sitting by the door. We were like sitting right next to the door, and she's like, oh, I hear somebody, like they're trying to come inside, like come into your room. So she opens the door, and she doesn't see anybody, and she was like, what the fuck? Like, she was scared. So literally, after the footsteps were still going on or whatever, we kind of just brushed it off our shoulder and whatever, so to say, and kind of just ignored it. And then maybe like about halfway a year into living in that house, I ended up having 5 friends come over, and they were all guys, and then there was me and my roommate, and we were just chilling. Like, I brought him over. I was like, hey, like, you guys want to come over here and fucking, you know, get schmacked? Like, let's get schmacked. And not all of them, like, you know, smoke. So I was just like, there was like 3 or 2 of them that didn't, and the rest did. And literally, so I invite them all over, right? And like, one of the guys, we'll just give him a fake name because I don't even want to say his real name. We'll just say Jared. So Jared, literally, I felt like, I don't know if people like to believe in this, but like, I think it makes sense to me. So like, you know what I mean? So Jared, I know definitely, like, I don't know his past, but like, I knew that he just went through some rough shit, you know what I mean? And like, when you're really weak, like you have a weak soul and you're prone to like dark energy can feed off weak souls. That's what I think. So I ended up inviting them, and Jared, like, as soon as Jared walks into the house, like, I kid you not, like, Jared was just acting off. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, why is he acting like that? Like, he doesn't act like that. Like, you know, what's making him, I don't know. Like, in that point in my mind, I was like, nah, like, you know what I mean? And so, whatever, he comes in, and he's kind of just, like, zoned out. Not really there. Not really, like, paying attention to anything that we're kind of saying. And we're all in my room. Like, we're all just kicking it. And so in the garage, so I wanted to show everybody, like, I'm kind of like, ooh, like, I kind of like to scare everybody, but not like that, you know what I mean? But in our garage, like, you would walk down the hallway, there's the garage, and on the garage, like, you walk on the step, or you open the door and you walk down on this step, there's this wood pallet, and there was, like, it's just covering, like, it's just sitting there, like, as a step, you know what I mean? And so I was like, I remember when we had first moved in, my uncle was showing me how he, like, there was like this underground, like, it just showed under the house, you know what I mean? Like, it was just super creepy. And I was like, okay. So like, I was like, oh, thinking it was a good idea. I was like, oh, let's go, you know, I want to show everybody like this or whatever. And so we ended up going to the garage, and like, everyone's kind of like just getting schmacked, like they're barely, not really schmacked, but they're like, you know, they're up there, you know, they feeling it. And so we like go over there and we start walking, and we go in the garage, and like, everyone's like fucking scared as shit. They're like, oh no. And I was like, you know, hyping it up, making it seem more scary than it was, you know. And like, they had lifted up the wood pallet, and you could see under the house. Take in mind, like, it's literally just like a fucking big ass hole just underneath the house. So like, they lift it up, and as soon as they lift it up, I am not fucking kidding, bro. I swear I seen, I don't know what it was, but it was something, and it fucking ran like across, and the guys fucking dropped it because they were fucking scared. Everyone was like, oh fuck no, like, everyone was like, what the fuck? Like, we all started running out of the fucking garage and go straight to my room. I was like, fuck no. Like, that was the first time I ever seen anything, and I was scared. I was like, oh, what the fuck? Like, this gave me goosebumps. Like, I was freaking out and shit. And then after that had happened, like, literally, Jared was just like acting weird, you know what I'm saying? Like, we ran all back into the room, and as that second that we had ran back into the room, we shut the door, because I was like, fuck that, like, ain't no getting me tonight, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, fuck no, no. And so literally, we shut the door, right? And everyone's like freaking out, and they're like, where's Jared? Where's Jared? Where's Jared? I was like, what the fuck? Like, where's he at? You know what I mean? And then we like open the door, and so like from the hallway, so it goes L, like this towards you would be the garage. Like, the garage is right there, and the laundry room, and then you walk down the hallway, and there's like the bathroom, and then you walk down a little further, my room's right here. Like, it's a long ass room, and then the hallway goes down this way, and it goes to the other room, the kitchen, and the living room, right? So right as you open my door, you can see down this hallway, like straight across, right? So we opened the door because we're trying to look for Jared and shit. And like, I opened the door and I see Jared like straight across. Like, there was a couch that we had in our living room that was like laying right here. So like you could see from my door open, like down that hallway. He was just laying there, like laying on the couch, just like laying there looking up and just being off, bro. Like, it was really like, I was concerned. Well, I noticed it because I was like, he don't act like this, so why is he acting like this now? You know what I mean? Like, what? You know? And so, like, we see him laying there, and it was just kind of creepy. Like, I was like, what the fuck? Like, hey, like, you know, get your homeboy, because this is fucking weird. Like, this is creepy, you know what I'm saying? So they were like, hey, no, like, come here, Jared. Like, come in here, come in the room. They got him up, and he, like, walks to the room or whatever, and we're just chilling. Take in mind, this is, like, around this time, it had probably already been, like, 1:30, 2 o'clock or whatever. Maybe 1:30, about 1:30. And we're kicking it, still fucking, you know, getting down. And there was 2 guys that didn't end up getting smacked, and there was the rest of the 3 of them did. And Jared starts talking to Alex and like telling him, one of his homeboys, and Jared's like saying like some weird creepy shit. Like, he was saying like, oh, like, I know what's gonna happen. I know what's gonna happen. Like, he just kept repeating it. And like, at first Alex was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you know, kind of just like laughing about it because he didn't get smacked and Jared did. So I was like, okay, like, you know, and I was just kind of sitting there like I didn't really listen to their conversation because they're sitting right next to me, but I was just like kind of like peeped in a little bit just to see what's going on. But, you know, he was saying like, oh, like, I know what's gonna happen. Like, oh, in the next hour, like something crazy is gonna go down. Like, I know it. And I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? Like, and Alex was like getting all like tripped out. He was like, oh, Jared, like, don't fuck, like, what the fuck, why are you telling me this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're scaring me. Like, don't say that. Like, what are you talking about? You know? And so whatever, time has started going by, and he's like, he had said that, right? And it's like, it's 3 o'clock now at this point. It's 3 o'clock. So it's 3 a.m. and we're all sitting there just like, everyone's already smacked, like, except for 2 of them. And my roommate was actually asleep. So she was asleep on the bed and I was just kicking it. We're all kicking it. It's just some good ass vibes, you know? And literally right when it like had hit 3, like my room is like long, like, I'll show you this way. My bed was over here and my other shit was right here and the TV was in the middle, and then my closet's on this end, and like there's like, they were sitting on the ground like right next to my closet and like sitting in the middle, like one on the bed. We're all just kicking it. And so I'm gonna say these 2 guys, their real names, because you can ask them. I'm not kidding you. You can ask them and they will tell you that this shit went down. Like, this ain't no made up story. This shit's real. And so Ryan and Brian, that's funny, it rhymes. Okay, so Ryan and Brian literally were sitting there by my closet, and they were like I guess apparently they heard like a boom, like a little thump, like in the top part of the closet. And they were like, hey, like, we just heard a noise in your closet. And I was like, what? And I was like, nah, you guys are tripping. Like, you guys are just smacked. You guys don't know what you're talking about. Like, no. You guys are just smacked. Like, you're good. Like, don't even, like, you know what I mean? And so they were like, no, like, listen, like, actually listen. And I was like, what? And so we're like sitting there, right? And it was like maybe like 2 minutes had passed, like, but it felt like the longest 2 minutes of my life, like, longest. And so like it passes by, and all of a sudden you hear boom, like right in the middle of the fucking the room. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I heard it and I was like, oh hell no. Like, what the fuck was that, dude? Like, I was tripping, dude. Like, I was getting scared. I was like, oh hell no. So I like fucking reach over to grab my roommate and I'm like, dude, wake up. We fucking heard a noise. Like, I'm not fucking playing. She's like, nah, you guys are just smacked. Like, nah, you guys are just smacked. And I'm like, no, like fucking listen, I'm not kidding you. And everybody was like, yeah, shh, like shh. And like, you know, the guys are already standing up and like they were like just kind of like, what the fuck? And telling my roommate to like listen, you know what I mean? Like to just hear the fucking sounds that we've been hearing. And then all of a sudden, like I put it down. We hear one big ass thump, like it was like and it was like on the end of my room, like by the closet, but in the corner on the other side of the corner, because the first bang was on this side of the corner and now it was on this side. And you just heard this big old bang and everybody's like, what the fuck? Like everybody jumps on the bed. Like I kid you not, we all jumped on the bed. The guys literally jumped on me and I was like, oh my god, like everyone was freaking out and screaming. Like my heart was fucking racing and pounding and we were like hearing a bunch of noises and I was like, fuck no. Like literally, like after that noise had happened, everybody was like, no, we're fucking leaving. Like fuck this. Like everybody, so the guys get out and they start leaving and then like I was like, me and my roommate at that time, I was like, nah, let's fucking go because honestly, I ain't even sleeping here tonight. Like, I went to go sleep at my grandma's house because that shit was so fucking scary, bro. It was crazy because after that had all happened, we had to take Jared home. Like, we had texted Jared's older brother and we're like, hey, like, some shit's going down. I don't know what the fuck happened. He was like, what are you guys talking about? Like, you guys are tripping out. Like, and I was like, what'd you guys take? And I was like, we didn't take nothing. Like, we literally just got you back. That's it, bro. That's it. And like, so we ended up meeting his brother at Walmart and like, so his brother could pick up Jared, his older brother. And so they pick him up. And after I noticed this, which was really fucking weird, was that after we had took Jared, like, he was just lost. Like he didn't know what was going on. Like he was like what the fuck? Like what's, you know what I mean? Like what's going on? And I was just like, bro. And so the next day I ended up messaging the guys and telling them, hey, like, did Jared ever remember what the fuck went down last night? And like we messaged him and he literally was like, I don't remember anything. And I was like, what? Nah, bro. Like, and like in my, like I said, that I feel, I mean, other people may feel like this and other people may not. It's your, whatever your beliefs are. But I honestly think that if you have a weak soul and you're just, like, you just been through so much that's so, like, you're a target for dark energy, the dark energy will literally take over. Like I dead ass felt like Jared got possessed and like people don't want to, like I said it and people got really scared that I said it, but bro, not like possessed like some exorcism shit, like he was like you know, fucking flying across the room and shit, nothing like that. But I just felt like someone was telling him, because he was telling us before it was 3 o'clock, he was telling us, hey, something's gonna go down, like something's gonna go down. I know it's gonna happen, like it's gonna happen here soon. But after that whole situation about us taking Jared to his brother and stuff, like he did not remember a single thing that happened that night, and it was just super creepy and everybody was kind of freaked out. Like I ended up going back to the house like that the next day and nothing happened. Like I just heard regular footsteps as usual. No, but literally I don't live in that house anymore, so I'm kind of glad that that energy has left, because it definitely took like a toll on my body and like just my mental health and everything. Like it was just crazy shit. Like that house was just super, I don't know, like it drawn like fucking spirits to that house, and it was just super fucking creepy. And yeah, literally that is my story of a ghost encounter, my first ghost encounter, whatever. Like, that's my only one, honestly. And like, let me tell you, I was pretty fucking scared in that moment. And that was it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, so you won't miss out when your slime posts. And I'll see you slimes in the next video. Peace.
Better take her down, nigga. Hey, did that slime shit? Hey, YSL shit? Hey, killing 12 shit? Hey, fuck a jail shit?